What's up, man? Welcome to the Inspired Efforts Podcast. I'm your host, Coach AJ Lew, and I want to welcome you to episode number 9. All right, and today I want to talk about something that plagues most of us, right? Something that plagues most of us, and what it is, it's the lack of clarity. Lack of clarity. And when I say lack of clarity, what I mean by that is a lack of knowing exactly what you really want. And I'm going to say that sentence again because of how important it is. Exactly what you really want. Okay? And so the reason I say it like that is twofold, right? Number one, I say it like that because most of us think we want things, but we don't really want them, right? We want something else more than we want this thing. Like we want cheeseburgers, ice cream, and cake and all this stuff more than we want to have a six-pack. You know what I mean? But what you really want, the second part of it is what you really want is something deeper. It's what that six-pack gives you, right? Nobody wants a six-pack just to have a six-pack, right? Because there's no real value in just having a six-pack, right? You want the six-pack because you want the confidence, you want the attention from the opposite sex or the same sex, depending on what your orientation is. You want people to admire you, right? You want to have a higher status, an elevated status. That's what you're really after. You know what I mean? So you can fill that need in other ways. So the six-pack might not be the way, right? Maybe you fill that need by making a lot of money, or maybe you fill that need by dating the hottest person in the world, right? Or whatever it is that you do, whatever floats your boat is another way to say it. But here's the thing: lack of clarity, right? If you don't have clarity, if you don't know exactly what you really want. Okay, if you don't know what that is, it can cost you more than you're willing to pay, right? It can cost you the most precious resource on this planet in our lives, and that's time, right? The side effects of not having clarity are years and years, maybe a lifetime of wasted time, and it's something that you can never get back, right? And I'm going to tell you, my experience, how I came to know this, and how it's affected me personally. When I graduated college in December 2011, right? December 2011. No. Yeah, December 2010. December 2010, I graduated from UNLV, walked across the stage, and I told my girlfriend and I told my mom, I said, I'm not going to work a normal job, right? I'm not going to work a normal job. I want to maybe open a gym. And then I started doing the math on how much it cost to open a gym and what I would have to charge the people in order to make the kind of money that I want. And I said, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do this right now. And so as I was thinking, I started applying for jobs, and I said, I'm going to work a job for a little bit, save up some money, and then, once I have enough money, I'm going to go back and, do my gym or do whatever it is that I want to do at that time. And so I applied at a couple places, and within like 3 weeks, I got hired at T-Mobile. In 3 weeks, within 3 weeks of graduating, I got hired at T-Mobile, and I kept working there, right? And I worked there for a month. And I was like, yeah, it's okay, so let me figure out what I'm going to do. And then the next thing you know, I was there for a year. Oh, yeah, customers would come in. Oh, you got a degree in communications and business? Why are you working at T-Mobile? Not like T-Mobile is an awesome job. You can make great money. I'm not dissing on the job that I had, but I'm just talking from a different perspective, right? People would come in and say, why I'm like, no, man, I enjoy it here. I eventually want to do this and I eventually want to do that. But, right now this is a cool job for me and all that stuff. And then next thing you know, I was there for 2 years, and then I was there for 3 years, and I was there for 4 years. And literally 4.5, I was at T-Mobile for 4 years, 8 months, and every single day I woke up in the morning saying, yeah, I'm not, this isn't really what I'm doing. But it was what I was doing. Right? And then I got recruited from T-Mobile to the to the worst job I've ever had in my life. I'm not going to tell you what the name of the company is. but it was a outside sales job, and the job was, I love outside sales, but the company was, right? So I'm not, no whining, no complaining, no excuses, but I got recruited, right? So someone came to me, approached me, and convinced me to leave this job that I really didn't want to go to another job that I really didn't want. And then that job was so bad, I left that company and went to another job that I didn't really want. So you know what happened is 6 years from 2011 all the way through up to 2017, I wasted a lot of my life. I wasted a lot of time. Now, luckily, the blessing in it all is that I received a lot of skills, right? I learned a lot. I was able to, start reading and start empowering myself, start taking trainings and learning from the best in the world. So that time was valuable, right? I'm not saying the time was completely wasted, but what I am saying is that because I lacked clarity, I lost out on years of being able to do the things that I want to do and doing the things that I enjoy doing, right? And serving people at a higher level. That's the most important thing, right? Because it's not about what you get, right? It's about who you become, and you become greater by having a greater vision, by serving people at a higher level. And that's something I missed out on for a long time. And so you might be asking yourself, okay, well, I understand that, lacking clarity can be painful, and I understand the side effects are losing time, and I see how you went through it, but how do you fix it, right? How do you get clarity? Well, there's only one way, right? There's only one way. You're not going to find the answers out there. You're not going to find the answers out in the world in terms of here's what I mean by that. Okay, this can be perceived wrong, so let me tell you what I mean, exactly what I mean. The answers are within you. The answers, you know what you really want. You know exactly what you really want. But you might be too scared to admit it. You might be too scared, or you might be too intimidated, or you don't believe in yourself, right? You have a limiting internal belief. You have a limiting belief about what it is that you want to do, right? Or you don't have the confidence. You think that, only 3% of people in this industry ever make it. Whatever your beliefs are, right? You have something that is limiting you from getting it. And so what you need to do is you need to sit down all alone by yourself. Listen, this is important, okay? This is part of my Inspired Efforts Blueprint. You need to sit down all alone, turn on some relaxing music, take some deep breaths, right? Get yourself in a state of focus, in a state of intention, okay? And what you need to do is you need to ask yourself, write down on a piece of paper. Don't just think it, you got to write it, okay? What exactly do I really want, right? Whether that be in career, whether that be in health, whether that be in finance, whether that be in relationships. What exactly is it that I really want? And you just got to start writing. You know what I mean? You got to start writing, and you just got to let your soul be put out onto this paper, because what happens is the first few minutes, you're thinking about things, okay, maybe this, but then eventually your subconscious takes over, right? Eventually you're putting stuff out on paper, out into the universe, and eventually your subconscious takes over. And as you continue to write it, and you continue to go, and you continue to move forward, next thing you know, you might have wrote 3, 5, 10 pages and look back and be like, wow, right? This has happened to me. This has happened to my friends. This has happened to many people I know, many people that you know. I mean, let's be real. Success leaves clues, right? Successful people do a lot of the same things. So, very simply, to get clarity, you gotta get clear in your mind, right? You gotta be able to sit down, be quiet, and listen, right? Be quiet and listen, and it's gonna be a lot of noise, a lot of things coming, but you'll feel it, right? You'll feel it when it's the right thing. And so this is just part of the Inspired Efforts Blueprint. If you'd like to learn more, I literally have the Inspired Efforts Blueprint available to you for $1. $1. Go to coachajlew.com and you can get the Inspired Efforts Blueprint for $1. And what it is it's a 16-page training, right? A 16-page manual that you can download, print out, and it takes you through the entire process of getting clarity on your goals and accomplishing your goals and creating a plan, right? And along with the download, I also have a 1-hour video accompanying it, so that way you can sit down and you can listen to the video, look at the paper, and fill it out as you go along. I'm selling it for $1 because I want to get it in front of people who need it, in front of people that can truly benefit from it. I mean, in all honesty, I could probably go out and sell this thing for $300, $400, but that's not my intention. My intention is to get it in the hands of people who can benefit from it the most. And so if that's you, go to coachajlew.com and grab the Inspired Efforts Jumpstart Guide. All right, other than that, hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you on the next episode. Peace.